The woman discovered her husband was cheating on her with her own friend. She wanted revenge on her husband. Ito decided to seduce the father of her son's classmate.
今日は私を助けですよ。
She gently turned on the shower and bathed. She carefully applied lotion all over her body after the bath. Ito walked out of the bathroom excitedly after getting ready. Dan had already disappeared though. Ito saw the note on the table. She realized Dan had made an excuse and left. Ito never expected to be rejected after dressing up so carefully. She became furious instantly. Ito wasn't going to give up though.
所詮あんたもおもちゃのくせに生意気なのよ。
She pretended to be pitiful the next day and said her husband was cheating. Dan felt very sympathetic toward this woman. Ito took the opportunity to get him drunk. She then forced herself on Dan. This still couldn't ease the rage in her heart though. Ito shifted her target to Dan's wife. She bullied and humiliated her even worse than before. Yuna eventually jumped off a building and killed herself. Their son fell into a deep coma because of this. Aoi accidentally caught Dan and Ito kissing. She felt extremely shocked instantly. The cake in her hand fell to the ground. Aoi couldn't understand why the perfect Dan would cheat. She remembered meeting Dan for the first time 7 years ago. It was her daughter Yuna's coming-of-age ceremony that day. The doorbell suddenly rang. Aoi saw that Yuna had passed out drunk. Dan was the one holding her up and she had never met him before. Aoi didn't expect this man to be so considerate toward her daughter. She immediately had a great impression of Dan. The scene before her eyes now left Aoi completely frozen though. Ita didn't even care about her presence at all. She directly pulled Dan away to get a hotel room. Aoi wanted to chase after them and confront them. A phone call interrupted everything though. Her adopted son Peter suddenly had a high fever. Aoi had no choice but to go back and take care of him. Aoi finally breathed a sigh of relief when Peter's fever went down. She might have already lost control if not for that phone call. She would have killed both of them on the spot. That would have exposed her identity though. Her subsequent revenge plan would have failed too. Aoi's emotions still hadn't calmed down the next day. She pulled herself together and went to pick up Peter from kindergarten. Ita happened to run into her. She exposed the secret that Aoi wasn't Peter's biological mother in public. Aoi was extremely shocked after hearing this. Her mind went completely blank. Ita had already bribed Peter's birth mother with money it turned out. She had found out the entire truth. Aoi realized her identity would be exposed sooner or later. She tried hard to think about what to do next. Peter ran over happily. Aoi didn't offer any explanation. She pulled Peter and turned to leave.